Ja, ek is Hubert Les. Ek is die hoof by Saron Primêre Skool. En hierdie is my partner. Kan ek maar lees? Okay, dit is meneer Warren Bam. Hy is eienaar en boer by WCB Boerdery. Ons ken mekaar al lank. Van laerskool af. Ons was in een klas. Ja, ons was in een klas al die jare en daarna het ons die skool verlaat en hoërskool toe gegaan. En nadat ons teruggekeer het en kom werk het op Saron, ek as onderwyser, ek dink Warren het bemarking gaan studeer. En so na tyd het hy teruggekom Saron toe, sy pa was altyd lief vir die grond. Ek sien nou nog vir Merman daar by sy stukkie grond en sovoorts. En hy het die liefde van sy pa geërf en 'n groot sukses daarvan gemaak. Dion, ek mis jou. Oh, is it moving on itself now? Okay, ek wil net graag so ietsie sê van die visie van Saron Primêre Skool. Ek het so 'n bietjie vleis aangesit want dit gaan op die website lê en dan verduidelik die bullets nie hulle self nie. The vision of Saron Primary School is to develop the learner holistically to become a responsible citizen of this country. To achieve this, our mission is holistic education of learners, and that is the head, the heart, and the hand. How to do things, how they feel about things, and how they think about things. There must be a partnership between the school and its community. There must be value-based education. We have to bring the values in. And then that is not positive remodeling, that is, in my mind I have positive role modeling. So the teachers must be good role models for the children. And to achieve this, there must be a high moral of educators and to have their commitment. And there must be a good relationship with the parents. We wish to install the following values: responsibility, self-respect, loyalty, and respect for others. We aim to have a crime-free school. That is what we all wish for. Community who take ownership of their school, and at the end of the day we want to have educated learners who will change the mindset of the entire community. Warren is a child of the community of Saron, and he employs several of the parents who have learners at the school. And I am going to give over to Warren to tell us a bit more about himself.
Morning, everybody. I'm not sure if that slide should be in there. I've watched the other slides, but somehow there was let's say a pointer that Jessica gave us, that I should just give some background. Any case, as Hubert said, that I studied marketing. So when I had to make a choice in terms of what I would like to become in life, my first choice was always to be a farmer. I never ever wanted to be anything else, but that was pre-1994. I don't have to go back in there. So even today I'm still operating in sort of an abnormal field. All right, so that's why I had to go study, let's say, second love. I had to do something in commercial. But thank God I found my way back miraculously into farming. And as it says there, in 2004, I only had the opportunity to come back into farming. And I was introduced to organic table grape farming. At that stage, it was a relatively new concept in South Africa, organic food. So you will find it was probably in specialty little shops, organic foods, or in hoolies. That's most probably where you will find organic food, and the shelf space is very, very small for organic food. But it's also expensive. It normally caters for the higher income group. So I was introduced to organic farming, and there was a guy that he first picked up this concept in the US. And I think he worked on a farm in Arizona, And that part, people farmed about 2,000 hectares organic table grapes. Now, in our minds, 2,000 hectares is it's a massive business that. 2,000 hectares is quite big. Just to give you an indication, in South Africa, if you have 30 hectares of table grapes, you can have a good life, and you can make good money. You can drive virtually every second year your double cab, new double cab, and so on. Depending now if what the government of the day also does, if they do something strange, sack finance minister, down goes the rand, then we smile. So we love the rand to be weak because we are being paid in dollars and in pounds and in whatever foreign currencies out there. So the weaker the rand, fast the better. So I also, at one stage, the farm was then sold. The guy that trained me or showed me how this thing is working, commercial organic farming, and an English gentleman bought the farm, and this man was into blueberries. And when this guy bought the farm, I never saw a blueberry plant in my life. I didn't even knew about blueberries. Never saw a blueberry fruit in my life. And this guy said to me, I would love you to farm blueberries organic because there's a massive demand in the UK for it. And I've never saw the plant. I don't know about the diseases, the sickness, the challenges. So I asked him, okay, tell me what is the pests on blueberries. And as he mentioned now the pests and so on, then in my head now, I can see now, okay, I can use that product there to address that and so on and so on. And I was at one stage, not at one stage, we were the first organic blueberry farm and the only organic blueberry farm in South Africa. And so then in 2013, so I was working for this company, and compared to farming operations and businesses, that was actually a very big unit in terms of turnover and so on. But the farm became too small for me because of the owner sitting in the UK, and if you need to take a decision, you have to go through person A and then person B. And by the time the answer is coming back to you, your window of opportunity to do something is gone. So in farming, especially in table grapes, sometimes the window of opportunity that we do have to make an adjustment or manipulation is sometimes as short as a day, 24 hours, then it's gone. If you pass that, then you can't rectify. It is finished, it's done. So that really frustrated me. But also one night we were sitting in the Karoo, me and my son, and he was looking up in the sky, and he asked me, why is the stars there and why is the moon there? I said to him, my son, all I can tell you according to what the Bible is teaching us, the sun is there to give light by day and heat, and the moon and the stars light by night. And I said to him the following, I said to him, and so you must understand this, all things in life has got a purpose. And so you've got a purpose in life also. And I said to him that night that, let's pray and ask God, what is your purpose? And he said to me, no need to pray. I asked him, why not? Because I was quite shocked. I said to him, why not? And he said to me, I know what I want to become. And he said to me, I want to become a farmer like you. And that night there was a massive responsibility on my shoulders, because I knew, even if this boy has got a BSc agriculture degree, he won't get the right opportunity in farming, because farming in South Africa is an exclusive club, ladies and gentlemen. It is just like that, and there's no negativity about that or emotional things about that. Farming in South Africa is a white-owned, dominated man business. The few ladies that operate in farming, you can't even mention them. Some of them are doing good, but it is a white-owned, male-dominated business. And all other businesses that surrounds farming is white-owned companies. If you won't find in the Western Cape one single chemical, non-white chemical rep or a fertilizer rep, even if you don't have an in-house mechanic, the mechanic will be a white person. The co-op where you buy is white-owned, and so on, and I can go on and on and on. The people that comes there with consult, it is just like that. It is so in the Western Cape or in South Africa. So I realized that I need to do something if my son wants to be a farmer. And that was the drive behind my decision to go out on my own. And I said to myself, if I can just work the same as I work for this man, if I can just have the same discipline as I have the discipline now, I should be theoretically make a success because I'm making money for this man. So I don't have to work harder or smarter or do anything else. I can just work the same as I work now. At that stage, I was eating once a day, and that was 8 o'clock in the evening. No other, and I was about 10 kilograms lighter than what I was now. So I decided, and then I decided to move out on my own. And this is how, it is now about 5 years or so, that I'm on my own. And it's still going okay, and I love what I'm doing. So that is a little bit of background.
Thank you, Warren. What motivated us to participate? Warren said that it is fairly straightforward for him. He believes the only reason for having a little more than your fellow man is to help your fellow man.
Yes, that is my personal belief. The only reason why we have more than our neighbor, for me, there's no other explanation, is that I should give back to my neighbor, especially to education. There was once a guy coming to deliver something on the farm while I was still working for somebody. And I asked him, he said to me, his son is writing his last subject today, he was matric that year. And I asked this man, and he told me his son is so brilliant and he doesn't study, he can just sit down and write the exams and still obtain A's and so on. I said, what is he going to study for? And if the guy answered me, he said to me, no, he's not going to study, and he doesn't have to study. I said, why not? He said, no, I'll open up a business for him. I looked at this man and I said to him, your son is so fortunate that you are in this position to say this to me and that you can do this for him. And then I said to him, the only thing, so our parents doesn't have a lot of money. The only thing that will live out of poverty is education, nothing else. That is how powerful education is. That is the only thing. And there's teachers here today and principals. You must please realize the powerful tool you have in your hands to change our country. That is why I'm involved, or would love to be involved, in supporting projects in education.
Okay. Yes. I'm still a young principal. I started acting as principal in 2014 for the year, and then I was appointed permanently on the 1st of January 2015. And being a fairly young principal in the field, I think I approached Jessica with an email to know more about this Partners for Possibilities thing. And she responded, and she asked me if I know about someone who is willing to walk the road with me. And I told her about the relationship with Warren, and she approached Warren. And Warren said yes. And that is how we became partners. Warren, I'm very thankful to you for that, for sending me on this learning experience. The capacity of Saron Primary School, we have 1,302 learners. I checked again yesterday because the numbers varies. We have 32 WCD teachers. Then I have 3 SGB teachers. I have 5 support staff, and I have 4 extra SGB support staff. So the SGB is paying 3 teachers and 4 of the support staff. Then we have 2 deputies, 5 HODs, 3 teaching assistants, and 6 food handlers. But our average class numbers, it's in grade 7, it's 47 to 49, and in grade 1, it is 40 children. That brings me to the SWOT analysis. Our strengths are we have a well-established community and school. There is a combination of talents and skills and knowledge. We do have a feeding scheme, and that is thanks to the new Gouda wind farm. They approached us when they started the wind farm there, and asked us how can they help the school. So at that stage we asked breakfast for all the children. And from the beginning of last year, from the beginning of 2015 I think, they give us breakfast every morning for every child. And so we went to a conference in Johannesburg last year, and so they asked us, where do we go from here? So we asked them, we have breakfast now. What about lunch? At that stage, the school received lunch for 426 children. And from the beginning of this year, the NSNP started to deliver a lot of stuff. And I thought, here's a problem here. What's happening now? I didn't know what was going on. And so the wind farm decided to top up the money of NSNP and pay for the extra 800 children to be fed. So that is one of our strengths. When the school closes at the end of the term, normally when the exams are finished, the children stays at home. But there, the children comes to school because they get 2 meals. The SGB is doing well. They are hands-on, they are helping everywhere, and they are assisting with functions, so that is a strength. The weaknesses is the academic results, then also the staff morale, the crowded classrooms. Because when I stand in a grade 7 class and teach, I have one class that I still teach. I'm not even there for 10 minutes. Then I'm soaking wet, especially now. And then also we have a shortage of classrooms. When I became principal, we were 1,018 children at the school, and now we are 1,302. I haven't received another class or a space to put the children in. I need to fit them in with the classes that we have. Threats is the high rate of unemployment, and school safety is also becoming a huge threat now. The learner numbers is a threat because I don't have any more room to put them, and I don't get any help from WCD, and I hope they were present here today, but unluckily not. I don't know where to put the extra children. The staff, the average age of the staff is 50 plus, so we are waiting for young talent, and we do receive, there is a turnover of the staff now, but we are looking for men. On a staff of 53 people in total, there are only 6 male teachers. The opportunities is partnerships with schools. We have reached out to Steindal, Vaardigheidsschool, Bakerville, Porterville Primair, and we have formed a sort of an alliance where we support each other with functions and sports days and everything. And then there is external service providers that we approach that also help us. Funding is not supposed to stand there. But I don't know what happened. It happened to me yesterday, Warren, after we finished that one slide, and I saved it, and when I get home, everything was back to where it was again. I don't know. Dion, maybe I need an intervention from you there. Okay, thank you. Can I move on? Warren, do you?
I love this, because this is my world every day. If I don't operate on my weaknesses on my farm or in my business, I can close the gates and send the people home. Because my weaknesses, I need to find a way to manage it. And this is maybe for the principals also. We need to find a way to manage that weakness and to make it a strength. If there's an academic result that is low, for argument's sake, it's a stupid example now, and you've write all the strategies for years now, and I've been on the SGB also at that school. I know how they operate. Every year they must submit, submit plans, and you even ask teachers when they do apply, and you sit in the interview, what you're going to do in terms of the Litnum strategy and so on. They've got all those wonderful ideas on school, but nothing is working on paper. Nothing is working. So if it's not working, what you've got tried out thus far, then you need to use another weapon to address the problem successfully. So I love this stuff because this is my world. So all the weaknesses that you've put there, whoever the principal is, and this is for our school also, we need to look at academic results. There is a way, because you've got the building, you've got the electricity, you've got the boards. Now, maybe we just look at something else. If we need to bring in e-learning or whatever, and just make it work. Because, you know, on my farm for the past 3 years, I've been helping about close to 30 students, interns, that would like to go into farming. And you know what's the biggest drawback of that children? They've all got matric. They don't have maths and they don't have science. That is the biggest drawback. And government wants to pay them to study. Want to pay their hostel fees, want to pay their education, but they don't have maths and science. And we can change that. We too can change that. I know I can change that. You know what's my biggest challenge to change it? It's just human resource. In other words, I need a good teacher. If I can get a good teacher that can teach children maths and another teacher that can teach them science, I'll pay that teacher. I'll pay that. That is my biggest, not the building, not the other stuff. The biggest drawback, I don't have access. If you know about that people that's out there, maybe retired and so on, I'll pay that people to come and teach our children. Because you know what? On my farm, I've got a lot of matriculants working for me. I don't want them there. I don't want them there because there is no future really for them on my farm. There is a future for those that are lowly educated and so on. But if you know about good teachers, so I say I love that because that is my world. Constantly, if we are farming constantly under threats, if it's not expropriation without compensation, it is rain out of season and so on, or the rain is not there. So that is my world that I'm living in. And constantly we're trying to manage that factors. So please, if you know about somebody out there that is a good, not a person that comes for the money, but it's a good and a passionate teacher, please contact me. Because we can change that, let's say, weakness, maybe into a strength.
The SGB realizes the possibility that exists for growth of the school by strengthening the partnership between school and business. In kort, die school governing body staan dit voor dat ons uitstappies na die plase moet hê, sodat dit wat die kinders in die skool kan leer, dat hulle dit in die praktyk kan sien. Want het help nie, ons leer alles net theoretisch, want ons leer ons op verskillende maniere. Sommige kan net theoretisch leer, maar ander moet die prentjie sien om te kan leer. Net so 'n bietjie oor die gemeenskap. Saron is a rural community with very few existing businesses. Parents who work are either employed on the surrounding farms or outside of town, returning either in the evenings or over weekends. Learners need to be exposed to the opportunities that exist within the community, but also to the opportunities which they are not aware of outside of their immediate surroundings. We have a high unemployment rate. Households rely on SASSA. If you walk into a class and ask whom of you receive grants, then 26 out of 40, 34 out of 40 children will stand up. Both the school and the business partner takes the responsibility of motivating learners to achieve more as part of our vision to grow responsible, productive citizens for our country. Een van die projekte wat ons gedoen het is om 'n motivational speaker in te kry. Dit was heel aan die begin. Ons het net met die paarters begin. Toe het ons vir Emo Adams daar gehad en die leerders, hy het nou opgetree, maar hy het ook met hulle gepraat en hy het vir hulle sy background vertel uit die area Mitchells Plain uit waar hy kom en hy het ook vir hulle gesê dat hulle kan ook bo hulle omstandighede uitstyg. Dan by een van die werkswinkels wat ons gehad het met Rama, het ons gesê die skool moet nie net 'n plek wees wat net 'n streng plek waar kinders elke dag moet leer en sovoorts nie. En ek dink dit was Fraser wat vir my gevra het, gaan jy dit doen? Ek sê vir hom, ek kan nie wag nie. En toe op 'n dag toe het ek net gesê, ons het superhero day by die skool. Ek het nou ongelukkig nie, ek het die vinnig van Facebook gaan aftrek. Maar dit was nice. Die eerste picture daar is ek was nog nie 'n superhero nie. Die kinders het vir my gesê, maar meneer is aan 'n villain. Maar hulle was so opgemaak en het was lekker en het was fun. En daar is met twee deputies, die een is liewe Heksie en die ander een is Zorro. En hulle het eintlik gevra dat ons voor die jaar eindig nog so 'n dag moet hê, want het was vir hulle baie lekker om by die skool te wees. Nog iets wat ons gedoen het sonder dat daar veel geldelike of funding of iets moet wees, 'n mens moet net jou mind change. Dan het jy nie fondse nodig nie. Ons het die omgewing 'n bietjie meer leervriendelik gemaak. Ons het daar ek het nou nie foto's van die plante nie, maar ons het groenplante gekoop en daar geplaas, dat het nie net die kaal gebouwe moet wees nie. Dan het ons die skool se naam opgesit, ons het 'n paar waardes daar in die gang af. So nou elke keer as ons 'n nuwe waarde op die stoep by die bijeenkomst hanteer, dan moet hy waarde daar in die gang, is 'n baie lang gang, daar is plek vir nog baie waardes, maar ons vat het maar stadig, en dan het ons ook nou die mure vervraai. Dit is ook 'n projek wat nog in sy beginskoene is, en wat volgende jaar net weer gaan aangaan. Ek het by die weaknesses, by die threats gehad, die drug abuse, en die gangsterism. Ek het gangsterism tussen aanhalingstekens gehad, want hoe kan kinders wat 'n bendietjie vorm, hoe kan hulle nou georganiseerde misdaad wees? Maar as hulle naweke en vakansietye daar in die woonbuurt is, dan raak hulle deel van hierdie groepe. En wat gebeur die eerste week gereeld as die skool aangaan, is die groot ouens is buite by. Nou wanneer die skool begin, dan is daai ouens buitekant die skool en nou slaan hulle mekaar half katswink. So, ek het ook een van Rama's opleidingssessies oor die community. Ek het 'n meeting gecall met die ouers in die community hall. Ek het omtrent so 600 ouers die aand teenwoordig gehad en ons het gepraat, daar is 'n Koranberig. Ek wou dit nie opsit nie, want almal het gedink is 'n negatiewe Koranberig, maar daar is geen negatiewe Koranberig nie. Want as jy media exposure kry, then it is good. And one of the spin-offs of that exercise was that Corporal Willem Smith and his colleague Lieutenant Arthur Lowe of Eysterplaat called me. Willem was a student at the school, and now we are busy with negotiations. They are going to adopt the school. They are going to visit the school once every month of 2019. We are going to do different projects, and we are still organizing. We are waiting for the general. In the Western Cape, it is already approved. We are waiting for National to sign the document, and then they are going to have boot camps for 30 children at a time. Then we are going to Eysterplaat with the children. They are going to feed the children and give them that, die rantsoenpakkies, waar hulle dan op die Vrydag aand gedrill gaan word, lam gedrill gaan word. moeg gemaak gaan word. En dan op die Saterdag, dan gaan hulle met hulle koppe gewerk word. En dan op die Sondag gaan dit 'n sterk Christelike inslag hê. En dan gaan die kinders huis toe gestuur word. Hulle het vir my beloof, die rantsoenpakkies is baie klein, maar hulle gaan aan die kinders later 'n bietjie kos gee, maar net om eers daai gevoel wat die army ouens of die soldate of die lugmag ouens moet deurgaan. Hulle wil net daai dissipline by die kinders bring. Hulle was hierdie naweek wat verby is, het ons 'n groep van 43 kinders by die skool gehad. Ek het sponsors daar gekry, ons het vir hulle kos en alles gegee. En die luitenant en die korporaal was daar. Hulle het 'n motivational praatjie gehad. En een van die manne wat hulle saamgebring het, ek was omgeslaan, was Romano Pipers. Ek weet nie of u van hom gehoor het nie, maar op 'n stadium het ek geweet 'n mens moet bang wees vir die naam. Hy was 'n groot gangster. Ek het hom gesê, ek het seker jou sterre te min geslaan, toe jy by my in die klas was. Hy was daar op die skool, maar ek dink hy's in Vredenburg, hy is deel daar gewees van 'n gang, hy's 'n ex-convict. So hy het sy lewe omgekeer. En dit is van hierdie tipe mense wat hulle nou gebruik maak. En die oukies, die gangleadertjies het daar gesit, wat nou op die skool is, en Romano het met hulle gepraat en vir hulle vertel wat die ervaring is as jy hierdie lewe kies. En toe het die oukie opgestaan, die een oukie sal by die hoërskool gehad, hy het opgestaan en hy het daarvoor almal gesê, hy is klaar. En hy gaan nou vir al sy manne sê, hy is klaar. Ons hoop maar dat het vrugte gaan afweg, maar dit is die type interventies. En dit begin nou. Dit gaan nog 'n hele tydjie aanhou. Dan, hierdie projek kon ek nie uitlaat nie. Dit het eintlik al in 2012 begin met Warren. Ek dink hy tafeldrywe verbou op daai tyd en die Florida Agricultural Mechanical University het gereeld na Lisshof toe gekom en toe het hy vir hulle vir hom gevra waar gaan sy kinders skool en hulle by die skool involve geraak. En in samewerking met hulle het ons toe ook in 'n verhouding gegaan en 'n skooltuin begin. Vir my is dit nou nie so lekker, want ek kom nie myself van die tuin uit nie. My vrou sal nou sê ek maak nie by die huistuin nie. Maar om met die kinders in die tuin te werk is iets anders. Die goed wat hulle kwytraak, dit wat jy in hulle koppe kan sit en die feit dat hulle gereeld elke middag opdaag, dit sê vir my baie. Dit is nog steeds aan die gang en toe ons nie die sponsors gehad het vir die kos nie, dan het die groente en die eie en die agterpels en die spinasie, daai goed uit die tuin het hy kos gerek sodat ons meer kinders kon kos gee. En dan het ons ook die uitstappies gehad na die plaas. Ook by meneer Bam, hy het tyd uitgekoop op die plaas om vir die kinders te wys hoe die dinge gedoen word en daar is hy besig om vir hulle te verduidelik wat daar op die plaas gebeur. So die goed wat hulle in die klas leer, die pH van die grond en al hierdie tipe goed, hy het vir hulle hierdie goed gewys en hy het ook vir hulle gewys hoe word kunsmis gemaak. En hoe lê en broei hy en hoe trek die rook uit. Vir die kinders bly in Saron, maar hulle kom nooit op die plaas om dit te sien nie. En dit was baie, baie waardevol. Oké, dan nog 'n projek. Dat het ek by jou gestel. Maar oké. Die D6 Management System. Ek weet nie, soos meneer Afrika gesê het, in ons gemeenskappe het die mense hierdie voetjies. My ma noem haar ene Pietie. Nou, my broer het toe vir hom smart gehou en vir my ma 'n foon gekoop. En toe sy hom gebruik, toe sê, alles is nou weg. So ons mense het Pietie, ek weet nie, maar ons gaan baie adventurous wees. En ons het goedkeuring gekry om hierdie ding te implementeer. Ek het gister Willem, van jou af antwoord gekry, dat ons goedgekeur is en dat alles reg is, en dat implementering nou gaan begin. So, ons gaan ook nou hierdie Rolls Royce daar by ons skool intrek. Want ons is moeg van die al ewige ope blaaie, leers en goed. En as 'n mens nie inspring in 'n ding nie, in die water, jy gaan jy nooit regtig leer swem nie. So, ons gaan maar nou daai approach gebruik, en dit by ons skool implementeer. Van dit gaan beter werk as die ander aan die begin, maar ons sal maar 'n education proses moet hê om ons op te lig. Want 'n mens moet altyd die bar hoog sit, so as jy net onder hom spring, dan het jy ook iets bereik. Wat doen ons nou anders? Daar is ons nog by 'n paar van die kursusse wat geleenthede wat ons bygewoon het. Daar is Rama en waarin daar kry ons sertifikate en sovoorts. So ons het nou geleer 'n bietjie self-awareness. Wie is jy? Jy is 'n prinsipaal. Wat 'n impak het jy in die gemeenskap? Hoe kyk mense regtig na jou? Weet jy wat 'n impak jy kan hê op die gemeenskap? Om bietjie meer geduldig te wees. Ek weet nie, ek het wel agtergekom in hierdie relationship. Ons het daarvan brille op wanneer ons na iets kyk. Want die business leader, ons het dit gisterand ook weer discuss, die business leader is op die punt af van as is profit driven. Die skoolhoof het meer as 'n maatskaplike hart. En hy sal weer en weer kanse gee. Nou sê ek vir Warren, dit is omdat daar is produkte. En 'n produk kan val en breek is nie so issue nie. Maar ons werk met mensenlewens in elk geval. En dit is hoekom, en almal in die lewe kry 'n tweede kans, en dit is hoekom ons altyd daai extra geduld het wat mense nie altyd verstaan nie. Wat ons miskien nie so rigied is en sommer afsnypunte het nie. Dan om less judgmental te wees, soms moet 'n mens maar eers luister voordat jy oordeel. Om professioneel te wees, goeie bestuursbeginsels, transparant, om verantwoordelike leierskap daar te stel, om nie vir ander te sê wat hulle moet doen nie, maar dit ook self te doen en te wys. En dan om uit te kyk vir opportunities en moontlikhede te skep. Ek het hierdie ene genoem, dit is eintlik maar die uitdagings in ons verskillende wêrelde wat Warren en ek beweeg. Die profit driven en dan die maatskaplike gedeelte, maar aan die einde van die dag is die voordeel dat die skool moet 'n meer afgeronde leerder kan produce, wat dan vir die besigheidswêreld 'n beter, meer produktiewe werker gee. Oeps. Future plans for the partnership. Waarin hier, die slide het weggeraak, maar oké. Improved monthly meetings. Voor die jaar uit is, moet ons dagboeke vir volgende jaar gereed, klaar wees. Elke maand se meeting moet daar uitgesit wees. Personal growth. So, ons leer van mekaar elke dag, wanneer ons met mekaar te doen het. En dan 'n bietjie meer emotional support. Want wat by my gebeur het, ek was vroeër in die jaar baie gegooi, vir 'n derde keer was daar by my huis ingebreek, en jou personal space is invade, en het was moeilik om daarmee te cope, want dit is my neighbors. Ek het nie eens geweet, dat Warren dieselfde experience gehad het, so miskien moet ons mekaar 'n bietjie meer emotional support, ek raak maklik emotional, ek kan my stem hoor. En dan management support, ja, ons gee weer en weer kanse, maar soos Warren altyd sê, controle, monitering, en dit is by die management kant waar ek baie baat vind by Warren se insette. En dan, aan die vooruitsig vir 2019, sal ons weer die school management team vra om projekte wat hulle dan nou identifiseer op die tafel te sit vir 2019. Warren, ek gee gehoor aan jou op hierdie punt.
We would like to thank Jessica and thank you for your passion. We're learning from you every day or whenever we meet. Keep on with the good work, and whoever your, let's say, partners that you're working with, I don't know, I'm sure there's other people in your organization, so keep on with the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ja. Ek wil net vir Warren dankie sê, want soos ek vorige keer gesê het, hy was vir my die sleutel, wat vir my die opportunity vir hierdie journey oopgesluit het. Baie dankie daarvoor. Jessica, ja, ek gaan jou mis. Gaan jy wegraak? Ok, dankie. Dis bemoedigend. Ek waardeer regtig jou regte opinie. Ek waardeer dit, want dit is wat 'n mens help. Winelands 7 groep, ek het julle almal op die foon. Ek dink ons gaan nog praat. Julle is regtig, julle het soos familie kom word. En dan spesiaal vir Willem, vir sy ondersteuning daar by die D6+, en sommer net 'n geselsie of wat ook al waarna ons praat. Ek waardeer het, Dion. Ek wens ek kan vir jou afgevry het by Dorian aan die een kant. Maar ek het nou jou baasnaam vergeet. Raymond, wil jy nie vir my sê, wat gee jy vir Dion as hy by die werk kom? Gee vir my ook net 'n bietjie daarvan, want ek het ook so 'n inspuiting nodig. Baie dankie aan almal. Ek het hierdie journey geniet. Ek hoop dit is die einde hiervan nie. Dankie.
Goed.